Appropriation is all around us, the music you're listening, the memes on the internet, and also appropriate with the copy and paste functions on your computer. So what is appropriation? Appropriation can be understood as the use of borrowed elements in the creation of a new work. It is when an image is taken, retexturized, and may be cropped, recolored, resized, or copied in any way. Appropriation took on a new significance in the mid-20th century America and Britain with the rise of consumerism and the proliferation of popular images through the mass media outlets from magazines to television. Appropriate images and objects appeared extensively in the pop art of Jasper Johns, Robert Rauschenberg, Claire Odenberg, Andy Warhol, Tom Westman, Roy Lichtenstein. Picasso was also one of the first to use items such as mass media in his work, when he used real objects such as newspaper in his Cubistic collage, or Marcel Duchamp infamously appropriated a manual in his 1915 work Foundation. It can best be recognized as Andy Warhol's depiction of Marilyn Monroe, various colors of his Campbell's soup can. Let's consider Andy Warhol's Campbell's soup can series. The image of Campbell's soup can are clearly appropriate. He copied the original labels exactly, but filled up the entire picture planes with their iconic appearance. Unlike garden variety still lifes, these works look like portraits of soup cans. The brand is image identity. Warhol isolated the images of these products to stimulate product recognition, stirred up association with the ideas of Campbell's soup. He wanted you to think of that good feeling. As you see from all the examples mentioned above, the appropriation art is in the postmodern era, and there are still artists who continue to create this style around the world. In the first time, many artists have problems about a copyright infringement from the owner's art. Thereafter, they have been accepted because the appropriation work is not a copy but is a borrow. Borrow some elements from some position to combine with their artwork. Those artworks have been a new aspect, a new interpretation. This here is an example of breaching copyright through appropriation. When Jeff Koons made a sculpture of the photograph that was taken by Rogers years early of the two people holding lions, a puppy, it turned out that the photographer was copyright and Rogers actually went to sue Koons. So he couldn't deny that he hadn't copied the photograph. It was very clear that he had, but he argued that he had changed characteristics of the sculpture, but enough from the original photograph that he wasn't infringing on copyright. There is a different artist claiming this work, and the viewers are looking at something so different that it must be separated from the original. Or is it? One thing about art, especially when discussing the idea of appropriation and stealing, is that there is no clear-cut answer. It is left open from the viewers to interpret it. The great thing about appropriation is the debate it opens among viewers, artists, and art critics. It creates a conversation where there is no right answer. The image becomes altered because it has been altered. It becomes a different artwork. Laws around the subjects are still blurry, but there's a number of artists using appropriate work and being successful in doing so are increasing. Artists are continuing to make work regardless of what critics, courts of other artists' actions are. The tendency of artists and the encouragement of talent is what will keep the art world thriving.